Hello, and welcome back. In today's video, we're going to explore one of the most mind-changing books on the planet, The Happiness Advantage by Shawn Achor. The book isn't just about feeling happy, it's about understanding how happiness can be the key to unlocking all of your potential. Whether you're looking to achieve more in your career, build stronger relationships, or just live a more fulfilling life, the principles in this book can transform everything for you. Achor's research reveals that happiness isn't a byproduct of success. No, it's the secret ingredient to achieving everything you've ever wanted. So, let's dig deeper into the 7 principles of the happiness advantage and how you can apply them to your own life. 1. The happiness advantage. Let's start at the very heart of the book, the happiness advantage. Achor argues that success does not create happiness. Instead, happiness creates success. This goes against everything we've been taught. Think about it. We've all been conditioned to believe that once we achieve something, whether it's getting that promotion, buying a new house, or reaching a fitness goal, that's when happiness will come. But Achor flips that narrative. He shows us that when we're in a positive state, our brains are wired to work faster, think more creatively, and make better decisions. When we are happy, we tap into the full potential of our brains, our performance improves, and we are more resilient when faced with challenges. Happiness is not a reward for success, it's the very foundation that fuels our ability to succeed. So think about this. If you prioritize happiness now, before the success, you're setting yourself up for bigger wins and more fulfillment in the long run. It's like putting gas in your car before going on a road trip. You wouldn't expect to go far without it, right? 2. The fulcrum and the lever. The second principle is called the fulcrum and the lever. This is a brilliant metaphor that shows how a small shift in mindset can make a massive impact on our lives. Alcor uses the analogy of a fulcrum and a lever to illustrate this idea. A fulcrum is the pivot point, and a lever is the force we apply to make something happen. The fulcrum represents our mindset, and the lever represents the actions we take. Here's how it works. The way we view the world, our perspective on challenges and opportunities, serves as the fulcrum. When we shift our perspective, we can apply greater force to the lever of our actions. In simple terms, a small change in how we think can allow us to accomplish much bigger things. For example, if you look at a problem with a fixed mindset, you might see it as an insurmountable obstacle. But if you shift to a growth mindset, where you see challenges as opportunities to learn, you'll realize that the problem is just a stepping stone. So, how do you apply this? When faced with any situation, instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask yourself, "What is the lesson here? How can I grow from this experience?" This shift in thinking can change everything because it gives you the power to leverage your actions in a much more effective way. 3. The Tetris effect. The third principle is the Tetris effect, which is a fascinating concept based on a psychological experiment with the popular game Tetris. In this experiment, players who spent hours playing the game began to see Tetris-like shapes everywhere, in the clouds, in the way furniture was arranged, and even in the way they saw the world around them. Achor uses this experiment to explain that our brains become wired to focus on whatever we practice the most. If you're constantly looking for problems or negative outcomes, that's what you'll find. But the same goes for looking for opportunities and solutions. If you train your brain to focus on the positive, you'll start noticing the opportunities around you, no matter where you are. This is incredibly empowering because it shows us that we have control over what we focus on. If we make the decision to focus on positive possibilities, our brains will start seeing them everywhere. This doesn't mean ignoring challenges. It means training ourselves to see challenges as opportunities. The next time you face a setback, ask yourself, what's the opportunity here? This shift in focus will rewire your brain to think in terms of growth and solutions, rather than stress and problems. 4. Falling up. One of the most powerful principles in the book is falling up. We all encounter failure at some point. whether it's a missed opportunity, a mistake at work, or a personal setback. But instead of staying stuck in the negative emotions of failure, Achor suggests we take a different approach, fallen up. What does this mean? It means that we can use setbacks and failures as learning experiences to move forward, rather than letting them define us. It's about reframing failure, not as a permanent setback, but as a temporary roadblock that can teach us something important. For instance, if you didn't get the promotion you were hoping for, instead of thinking of it as a personal failure, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? What skills do I need to improve? How can I bounce back stronger? When you start viewing failure this way, you turn it into a stepping stone to your next success. Every time you fail and learn from it, you fall up to a better version of yourself. 5. The Zorro Circle. Let's move on to the Zorro Circle. This is one of the most actionable strategies in the book, and it's all about starting small to create bigger changes. The principle is based on the story of Zorro, who started with a small circle of control and gradually expanded it as he gained confidence and mastery. Here's how it works. When you're faced with a challenge that feels overwhelming, don't try to tackle the whole thing at once. Instead, start with a small, manageable area, your Zorro circle. Focus on controlling just that small area. Once you gain momentum and confidence in that circle, you can expand it. For example, if you're trying to get healthy but feel overwhelmed by the idea of overhauling your entire lifestyle, start small. Focus on one small habit you can control, like drinking more water or walking for 10 minutes a day. Once that becomes part of your routine, expand your focus to include something else, like eating more vegetables or getting more sleep. This principle shows us that you don't have to change everything all at once. By focusing on one small victory at a time, you build momentum and confidence, which will help you tackle bigger challenges down the road. 6. The 20-second rule. The 20-second rule is all about creating good habits and breaking bad ones by either reducing or increasing the activation energy required to do something. The idea is that if you can reduce the effort it takes to do something positive and increase the effort it takes to do something negative, you'll make positive habits easier and negative habits harder. For example, if you want to start reading more, make it easier by leaving a book on your pillow. That way, it's right there when you go to bed. But if you want to break a bad habit, like scrolling through social media in bed, make it harder by charging your phone in another room. By reducing the effort it takes to do good things and increasing the effort it takes to do bad things, you create an environment that supports positive habits and discourages negative ones. 7. Social investment. The final principle is social investment. This principle is based on the idea that our relationships play a critical role in our happiness and success. The people we surround ourselves with have a huge impact on our mindset, motivation, and resilience. Achor's research shows that people who invest in positive, supportive relationships are happier, healthier, and more successful. So make time for the people who lift you up and seek out relationships that are full of mutual support and encouragement. These relationships not only provide emotional benefits, but also increase your ability to perform at a high level. Take a moment to think about your social circle. Are the people around you lifting you up or draining your energy? If you want to be more successful and happier, invest in those relationships that support your growth and well-being. Conclusion: putting it all together. Now that we've explored all 7 principles of the happiness advantage, I hope you can see just how powerful they are. Happiness is not just a feeling, it's a tool, a catalyst, and a mindset that propels you toward greater success. Whether it's changing your perspective, focusing on small wins, or investing in your relationships, these principles provide a roadmap for living a life full of purpose, joy, and achievement. If you found this video inspiring, I encourage you to pick one principle to start with today. Whether it's the Zorro Circle, the 20-second rule, or simply shifting your mindset to embrace happiness, every small change you make brings you closer to the life you've always wanted. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe for more motivational content. And remember, Happiness is your advantage. Use it to fuel your success.